perfect speed. He's playing a high ball. Because of that, because of the topspin on the cue ball, it lengthens a lot coming off of the long rail. It was a difficult kick, especially playing it like that, because you have to account for the slide, the enormous slide on this TV table. Easy to say, but in hindsight, perhaps a better shot would have been the jump to the one. Would have been a favorite, I think, to contact that one.
Just a little straighter on this too. Would have liked a little more angle. He's just got to pull, get past the 5 here. Leave the 3 available. Nice cueing action. Probably one of the most fundamentally sound players in the game is Niels. Works long and hard to develop that stroke.
And that started after Joe Kerr, who was his first mentor in the States. After that, he started working a lot with Bert Kinnister. That's where he learned how to translate his work ethic to work on the table. Similar style to Albanushan, similar rhythm. Will never be caught anxiously trying to get into some sort of rhythm. Workmanlike. Referee Bozilova taking note. Who's making the noise in the stands.
Deposits the 9, secures the opening rack.
Come on.
He needs 5. As you said, these players know each other very well. I remember going down to Ohio, spending some time with Corey, and I met the family that Niels used to stay with there. He used to cook home-cooked meals for him, and they really grew to have some affection for Niels when he went to the U.S. Missed him when he went back home. It was right in Corey's backyard.
Are we talking about the Chetley family? Aaron Chetley. Yeah, this is what you do if you want to grow, if you want to develop yourself. You look for people, you look for mentors, you look for a network, you ask for help. And Niels has always been very autonomous. He was young when he started traveling to the States. Nothing great comes from staying in your comfort zone.
The home-cooked meal, pasta fazoux. That's what she used to make, Niels. And Aaron, in fact, their son got Corey started playing golf.
And then recently, the past 2-3 years, another player from Holland has been traveling to Ohio a lot, working with D. Atkins. D. Atkins, a former all-around champion in the Derby City Classic. Not as known to the worldwide pool fans, but he really is one of the icons of the game in Ohio and the Midwest.
Taking a lot of care with this rack. Niels staying very focused, because he knows Corey will be coming out of his chair.
Thank you.
Corey had some difficulty on the previous days in this Mosconi Cup. Difficulty to get any consistency on the break.
Settle down, please.
Was delivering a very long follow-through. I think more compactness does the job on this table. Sharp, quick, popping it. And again, a lot of drive through the cue ball. And all that speed and power hasn't resulted in an opening of the balls.
Yeah, the break has been a mystery. He hasn't left anything easy for Niels, though. And we'll be queuing over the 9 and the 2 as well, just to make things a little more awkward.
Yeah, if he elects to cut the one ball on the left side, coming out 2 rails and back with the cue ball, will be hampered by the 2 and 9, making it more difficult to get that super thin contact.
Extension code. Push out code.
And this tells you Niels was taking extra care to make sure that Bozilova heard him call the push out. A bit reluctant, I think, not playing that thin safety off of the one. But will pay the price here. No extension left for Niels Feijen. That's why he sped to get his jump cue. Ample room past the 6.
Settle down, please.
I believe it's makeable.
Error in judgment there. And if nothing else,
Start the clock,
you
please.
can look back to where he pushed the 3 up against the 7 in the push out following the break. Just clipping the 6. But you're right, Alex, he had room, just misjudged it.
Looked a bit like rushing the stroke. Probably wanted to get it over with before the beep started.
Well, that was under hit.
Settle down, please.
I'm not sure that's exactly where Corey intended the cue ball to finish on that shot.
Looking at the 3-7 Karen, if it's on. Don't think it is. Sometimes if you can't hit that 7 thin enough, a lot of right spin can help you turn the ball. Oh, I believe he's playing it. Turning that 7 with right spin. throwing the ball to manipulate the line.
Quiet down, please.
With the right spin. Back and forth to play the 4 in the same pocket. How do you like that? A lot of confidence there. Rather than spinning the ball, cutting it, moving the cue ball. Opted for the bank so he could play a stop shot.
Gets the cue ball into the right area to swing it around the 3 cushions, back for the 8, bottom right.
He's played a lot of snooker in recent years and it shows. Now he aligns himself to get down for the shot.
Confident visit, that one from Corey Deuel. After the mistake from Niels Feijen, Duel knocks him in to get back to 1-1.
Okay.
Okay.
It was way off.
Okay, not the other balls, but if the one's off, you're allowed to. And
I probably should have.
Announce it. Don't just go with it. Announce it to her.
Yeah.
And Nigel. Say, Nigel, the one's off.
Okay.
Hey, great job on that second ball. Great control of the ball.
You got it.
Little support given to both players. So much at stake.
Was the right shot selection. When in doubt, often you'll find Niels going for the more positive and more aggressive shot, and we cannot say he's been unsuccessful with that approach. But in this case, he paid dearly. I think Corey Deuel is looking very comfortable.
Thank you, third rock.
He was talking
Europe
to
break,
Jeremy
1
Jones,
rock
very
each.
alert, very
Settle down,
receptive.
please.
Corey obviously a student of the break. As Niels looks on in rack number 3 here.
Beautifully struck, and if we see a replay of the break, you see the action he gets by swinging his back leg through. It's not only the arm, actually it's more the leg that generates all that speed through the ball. And why does a player go up? The first movement is forward, and then in order to not fall on the table, the movement is deflected in an upward direction. Like ballet, but different.
Used all the pocket there.
No, and on purpose. Did not want the cue ball to drift away.
Settle down, please.
And again, a stop shot. Wants an angle. Now from the 6 to the 7, he does not need to come over the side pocket off of the 6. So just come back to the diamond close to the side pocket on the left. Twice across. Backspin to smother the cue ball and the left spin to create the angle. Some players would roll the ball with left, others with more backspin, ending up closer to the 8. As such,
a much needed break and subsequent clearance from Niels Feijen. They always say the first and the last are the toughest to win. Team Europe's mission, keep USA on the hill. 2-1 Feijen.
Until I wake up.
Third match of the final day, the 25th Mosconi Cup. The Terminator leading the Prince of Pool 2-1 in the race to 5. But it's Duel at the table and breaking from the center. Went away from that side cushion. Still doesn't look like there are any friends there unless he can get through to this one.
looks like he can.
Possible cut shot into the side.
Quiet down, please.
Hasn't spent a lot of time considering, so the natural line is to miss the 9 on the way back.
Great shot from Corey there. As good a shot as he's hit in the match.
Good speed.
Now with all these young guns coming of age on Team USA, you know, seeing a player like Corey Deuel, it's quite a testament to how strong this man still plays.
Look at that bridge hand. Work of art in itself. Ooh.
A little closer to that side cushion than he needed to be, but
Quiet down, please.
Digging down, wants to punch it, played with a positive stroke. Close to the rail, the residue of the position on the 6.
just straight delivery of this cue required on this shot. Draw the white back. And just when you least expect it, the pressure of the winning line.
Yeah, it all started with the position on the 6. Found himself close to the rail.
Extension coach. Settle down, please.
So pressure came in. Wow, what a miss. What a turnover. This will be 3-1 in favor of Niels, in favor of Europe. The chase.
And the crowd up and
That's what pressure will do to you. Marcus Shamat Napoleon leading the troops to boost Niels, to make Corey Deuel field even a little more. One ball down, two ball down, 8 ball in the corner. And no shot on the 3 ball.
Yeah, he tried to will that cue ball out towards the middle of the table, but it didn't listen. So he'll be pushing here.
Yeah. This Mosconi Cup is far from over, Jim.
Yeah, he's looking at that left diamond.
Yeah.
Leaving him a long straight 3, where the 3 might be available, but
Yeah,
positioned isn't.
If he plays the cue ball there and freezes the cue ball on the rail, I expect Corey to give it back, and then Niels will be trapped. Because it's difficult to make this shot. There's no future in playing position for the 4. And when the balls are in a line towards the pocket like this, sort of on the diagonal, the double kiss looms large. Niels has trapped himself. Now he happens to be a pretty good shot maker, so if he can't find a solution, he can always bail himself out of trouble.
Extension code.
Jacking up and spearing the 3 ball in.
What kind of a message does this shot send?
Beautiful stroke.
Settle down, please.
But another one needed on the 4. Responding. The League of Champions that Team Europe is could well grow into a band of brothers chasing Team USA. Pressure mounting.
Just marginally short of what would be ideal position on the 6. Just means he's got to travel a bit more with the cue ball.
One tip below center. And a bit of side spin to get to the long rail off of the short rail. The short to go under, but that's a very nice shot. What a wreck by Niels Feijen. The push out on the difficult 3. Then the cut on the 4. Level.
A shot that Corey Deuel refused. Feijen turned into a winner. 4-1 Europe.
You guys could have shot at that. I didn't have a safety. It was dead straight. It could have followed. If he hits it like that, it could have followed it in.
I didn't mind it.
It was dead straight. Corey said they reflected on that 3-ball push out from Niels. Yeah, what can you do? You know, great shot by Niels.
Yeah, you've just got to tip your hat. And the 4 was no mean effort either.
So that's a beautiful example of the element of bluff in the push-out. A tight spot, no safety available. Can you make it? I can. So beautiful break, beautiful run out. Pounding on that missed 8-ball in the rack before that by Corey Deuel. 4-1 the score, 1 more needed, and then it could well be 10-8. And then the world #1, Ekland Kachi, with a chance to set everything straight. It has gone astray for him in the
Happy with the rack. Duel will now try and dismantle it.
Settle down, please. Rack 6. USA to break. Trailing by 1 rack. Full.
no luck there. Was hoping for that 4-ball to give the 1 a little push.
Yeah, but you've got to feel that Niels will be lucky if he can see this one when he comes to the table.
Turn off the light of that
Two
camera,
options
please.
here, the slow check to hold the cue ball behind the 4, or he can flick the edge of the 1 and run for cover down the bottom end of the table.
In 2 different ways, either towards the 2, very thin, or a little thicker towards the corner, like so. 7 and 6 should block the path. They do. Look at the position of the blue 2-ball. I say impossible to pocket the 1 and get back to the 2. But anytime you make a legal contact, good things can happen. That's why champions play 9-ball. so aggressive and will attack position so often. It's difficult to trap your opponent. That's not good enough. To the corner. Jack up. Let that cue ball slide with a bit of right spin and then come across towards the 5 ball. In between the 5 and 9. This table's almost never about forcing the shot. Very light hit. Stroke the ball. Oh, what a beautiful shot. Never hit the rail. Slipped right in there, that one.
He's got to come with a shot to get up table for the 4 here. He's got to force this. Great effort from Feijen.
Five more balls. To narrow the deficit. Get the score to 10-8. The heat is on. Apart from that foul on the jump shot early in the match, Niels has played very well indeed. Good shot making. The little angle. With that angle, the 8 and the 9 will go to the same pocket.
The crowd will tell you when this 9 finds gravity.
Settle down, please.
A resounding victory for Europe in a match they had to have. 5-1 Feijen over Duel, but the overall score still 10-8 in favor of the USA.